All right, welcome back to a bonus episode of Making Picks. We're going to be going over the Buffalo Bills at Kansas City Chiefs. Mark, how's it going? Long time no see.
It's going all right. It's championship kind of like in a weekend. I mean, you can't necessarily leave the other game out, right? I mean, we
Right,
covered the first game the other day, which is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. I mean, we're not necessarily a bunch of racists here. We're not a bunch of communists,
yeah,
So we don't exclude anybody kind of like on this show. So let's talk a little Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills.
yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to this game. How about you? What do you see coming out of this game?
I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, this is the way you can like look at this game here. One, Mahomes is playing, so that's kind of like
Mhm.
the good news. And I think that you would have been extremely shocked, or there would have been something coming out of the Kansas City camp that was pretty detrimental if you found out that he wasn't a go for this game. So that's the top storyline that you take a look at, that he's playing, and then obviously, look, this is it. Winner take all. Winner goes to like the Super Bowl. So those are the two kind of factors that I'm looking at heading into this game. Now we've watched a lot of these two teams over the course of the year. Let's just kind of map it out a little bit and
Mhm.
and see where everything kind of falls. It's in Kansas City, so weather could be a little bit of a factor, but Buffalo is a northeastern team. That's not necessarily going to be something that affects them kind of dramatically.
Mhm.
Um, this is it's really kind of hard to say because I'm really looking forward to that Tampa Bay Green Bay game here. But this game is actually the one that I'm more excited about. So I
Yep.
guess from a historical perspective, you got a little bit more of an interest from an NFC perspective with Rodgers
Mhm.
and Brady. But this is the future of the NFL right here. You got Allen, Mahomes, and these two guys are pretty damn good, and they're going to be around for a pretty long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Kansas City is actually my AFC team, so they're
You
the
mean
ones that
an
I'm rooting
AFC
for.
team? You can't have
You,
two teams.
why can't you have two teams?
No, that's we're making that a rule right now on this show moving forward. You can root for
Oh,
Kansas City.
well, yeah,
You're
no,
a
I'm going.
Lions fan. You're stuck with that. You got the cap on here. You can't be promoting how you have an AFC team here. Whatever. All right. Look, we'll debate that on
Sure,
a
sure. On
future
another
episode.
future episode, that'd be a
But
good
yeah, I'm
topic.
taking notes here, and I will be making more stringent rules moving forward.
Okay,
This is
okay.
going to be one of them. But
Uh,
anyway, let's not get
sure,
off
sure.
topic here.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm really happy that Patrick Mahomes cleared concussion protocol, one for his
Mhm.
health, but also so that we don't have to deal with Chad Henne in this game. Because honestly, when Mahomes went out in the uh, last game, I kind of just wanted the Browns to kind of put Kansas City out of their misery, because if they were going to limp into this game and just get blown out by the Bills because of Chad Henne, um, that just wouldn't have been good football. And I'd rather see the Browns, do something, keep their momentum going. But I'm glad Patrick Mahomes is going to be there. I'm looking forward to a exciting game from him. And between him and Josh Allen, I mean, both can run the ball, both can throw the ball, both have great high powered offenses and good defenses. So it's actually kind of tough. Before the episode, we were trying to nail down our picks, and it's like
Mhm.
we can see two storylines here. One more of a defensive struggle between the two teams, and another one where it's just aired out. So we'll see what Kansas City and Bills team comes to play. But either way, it should be an exciting game. But let's get into what people are playing for in this tournament and how to play the game.
Yeah, sure. So we're playing a game as always. The game that we're actually playing is Statement Games. Basically, Statement Games Inc. has created a different form of fantasy football or fantasy sports. What we're doing specifically is we're playing the Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City Chiefs game. You and I have analyzed anywhere between 50 to 60 prop bets, game props, player props of possibilities that could be taking place tomorrow, since we are kind of like recording on a Saturday.
Mhm.
And we're going to be picking 10 of them. We're going to be ranking them in order of confidence from 10 through 1. As this game plays out, we're going to get 10 points for our number 10 pick becoming correct. If 9 through 1 are incorrect, well, now we just have a total of 10 points. We're playing in a league of anywhere between 10 to 12 people. Actually, I think in this game that we're going to be playing, it's a pool of 8. But anyway, between 8 to 12 people that you typically play against, the individual with the most points from correct picks at the end of that specific sporting event is going to win. This is a free-to-play game on the Statement Games platform. You can access it via www.statementgames.com or find this in your favorite app store, whether it's Apple or Google Play, Statement Games Fantasy Sports. Your objective is to finish in either first, second, or third in any of these tournaments. And in doing so, you win coins, and ultimately you want to exchange those coins for a cash reward or a cash prize of your choice. There's probably about 80 to 85 different merchants in the Statement Games Rewards Center: Amazon, Google Play, Nike, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, Under Armour. Pick a merchant, exchange those coins for a cash gift card of your choice.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've got an audience that, watches this show. They take our picks and they play them. And sometimes, depending on who they're listening to, they might come back and, come at us a little bit. But Mark, what happens when people come at us?
Hey, you know what? You come at us, you want to chirp at us for the picks that they're actually making, just, you're welcome to do so. You're more than welcome to, put your keister on the line here and, show us what type of picks that you're actually making, and we can have a civil debate and conversation around. But if you're going to come at us, just understand that if you're messing with us, you're messing with.
Alrighty. So the sponsor for this tournament is at NFL32__ on Twitter. They're the best Twitter account for all things NFL all the time. They have great content for the whole league and elite coverage for each of the 32 teams. So with that, let's get into making our picks.
Yeah, as you load that up here, we will drop the link in the show notes here on where you can actually find NFL 32 on Twitter. There is another little contest that we're actually playing right now with NFL 32. Basically, it's a luck contest. I will put the actual tweet in the description below. But if you like and share that tweet, we're going to give you an opportunity to win a quick, free, down and dirty, no obligation, $25 Amazon gift card. And we'll be announcing that winner at halftime of the Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City Chiefs game.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, Mark, why don't you kick it off?
You know what? This is what I'm thinking. I think as you start, handicapping and taking a look at, the various different prop bets or game props, player props that you can actually make. Obviously, the first thing that you kind of need to do is come up with a little bit of an analysis on who you actually like to win the game. So I like Buffalo in this game. I like them with the 3.5 points. I'll probably be taking a little flyer on them from a money line perspective in terms of them, winning the game here. But it's not necessarily something that I'm completely confident about. But if I'm looking at that as a perspective here, one of the reasons as to why I like Buffalo in this game here is I just don't think Mahomes is 100% there. I understand he's going to play. I don't expect him to set out. I'm not putting out any flyers that, hey, you know what, or bold predictions that he's not going to be playing. I think he's going to play. I think he's going to actually play pretty well. But I think in this particular case here, you're getting an opportunity in where he might be kind of, coming out in the third quarter, or he might actually miss extended time, kind of in the fourth quarter, especially if they're kind of up, or if they're in a close game here and, he just has overexerted himself with the concussions as well as the toe. On a normal particular day in October and against a regular, week 5 or 6 NFL game slate here, I think the number of 27.5 completions is in line. AFC Championship game, health concerns, weather can be kind of a little bit of a factor here. I just don't see it. So as my top pick and the first one that I'm taking here is I'm going with Patrick Mahomes under 27.5 completions.
Alrighty. Yeah. I'm with you on Mahomes, maybe not looking his tip top. As far as the winner, I'm pretty torn between both. I could see both teams winning in different ways. So I tried, I guess, to stay away from game predictions with my picks, instead going with player predictions based off of kind of what would be needed to win the game for either team.
Yeah.
So the first one I've got here is, you know, Patrick Mahomes' number one receiver is Travis Kelce. Uh, and to get down the field, I think Kelsey's going to be relied on throughout this game. And right now, his over under on receptions is 6.5. And I like the over on this because I think that Kelsey's going to be targeted a lot as Mahomes may find himself with some pressure, especially from, the Buffalo line and the linebackers blitzing. I think that he's going to need to get the ball out quick, and that is going to be, Travis Kelce over the middle, and 6.5 receptions is not that much.
All right, there you go. Old reliable. I don't think you
Yep.
can go wrong with a Kelsey kind of like a pick here. For my second pick, I AFC Championship game, little nervousness kind of like taking place. I mean, keep in mind that Josh Allen is a young quarterback. I don't think he's going to play bad here, but I wouldn't be shocked if he kind of like maybe took like a series or a series and a half to really kind of like get himself going here. I don't think a high scoring game, well, obviously a very high scoring game here is a game that Buffalo is trying to avoid. Weather could be a little bit of a factor with wind and you know hey, you know what? You're just not playing on a 75 to 80-degree day in late
Right.
September, early October, so on and so forth. So I'm taking a look at those types of things here. It's not necessarily something that I think Buffalo wants to get involved with here, and if they do, it's a little bit of a problem. But since I like Buffalo in this game, I don't think they can win it with an all-out effort air attack. And if Allen is throwing for over 300 yards here, that not necessarily be a great positive sign for the Buffalo Bills. So I'll take Josh Allen under 305 yards passing as my second pick.
All right. All right. So going along the lines of Mahomes marching down the field, utilizing Kelce, I think the run game is going to be important for both teams here. And part of that is going to be, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's back off of the injury bug, and he's going to be playing in this game. And I think he's going to be relied on. And I think that the 0.5 touchdown over under is incredibly low. I mean, it is not beyond the realm of possibility that Mahomes is within the 5 yards of the end zone and uses Clyde Edwards-Helaire to punch one in. So I will take the over on a half a touchdown for Clyde Edwards-Helaire because, I mean, that's such a 50-50 that, it's going to happen at least once a drive, really. So there's that. It's a very strong possibility that he at least gets one.
All right. You locking that in?
I locked that in. What do you got?
All right. So the last one that I actually have here for me, I mean, look, I was on last week and I don't know what the hell kind of got into me, but I was so confident about Buffalo putting up over 26 and a half points last week against the Ravens here that I guess I had tunnel vision. There were other kind of factors coming into play here. I know I'm playing Monday morning quarterback all myself here, but I don't know. I think I have an opportunity for revenge here. So I took it last week. I'm taking it kind of this week here. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills over 26 and a half points again for a couple of different reasons. One is basically kind of like a revenge. Two is I do like, Buffalo. And although I don't want to see an extensive all-out air attack by kind of like Josh Allen here, if you like Buffalo in this game here, you got to think that something kind of like, funky has to happen here. Defensive pick six for a touchdowns, maybe some type of score on special teams like a punt return or some type of block field goal for a touchdown here. So if if you like Buffalo, I think you need something funky like that to happen in order for them to win the game here. And since I do, I think this only helps in the points total perspective. It's a little conspiracy theory-ish reasoning as to why I'm locking into this pick. But this is my freaking game here, and I'm going to pick whatever the hell I want, and I like it. I'm going with Buffalo over 26.5 points.
Nice. All right. Locked in. All right. For my final pick, I'm going with. We did this one, I believe, last week as well.
Okay.
And
so you're looking for revenge too?
Yeah, this was your pick, so I'm kind of co-opting your revenge here. But this was your bonus pick from last week, and I'm carrying it over this week because I think that between Cole Beasley and Stefon Diggs. Now, last week Cole Beasley was not involved at all. That was such a low-scoring game because the Ravens just kind of broke down. They couldn't handle the cold. They couldn't keep up their high-octane offense, and the Bills didn't have to do anything but march down the field with the running backs or, Josh Allen running down the field. So I think this is going to be a different game. I feel like it's going to be a little more passing. While I'm not going to say it's going to be a lot of passing, I think 13.5 receptions between Cole Beasley and Stefon Diggs is not that difficult to reach. So I'm going to take the over on that. So we locked that in. I'll off air fill in the last 4 picks here. But if you see SG Live that you're playing against in your contest, just know that that's us. You're playing against us, and look forward to seeing if we can make a comeback on our picks. I know I've got a few donuts this year, which haven't been the greatest. So I gotta make it back, clawing my way back to the top here. I had a good 2020, but 2021's not so hot there.
Yeah, there you go. Keep your eye out for that username here. We might fill in a couple of more contests leading up to Sunday. So if you drop a comment below with what your username is, and you come across the Statement Games Live username, and you happen to beat us. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to come in first, second, or third, or something like that. You just have to beat us. And obviously, we'll be thinking about what our remaining 4 picks will be for not only this tournament, but for future tournaments. If you happen to beat us here, I will come to the table and I will top up your account with an extra, let's say, 5,000 Statement Games coins, which is equivalent to about $50.
Damn, look at that. That's awesome. Also, be sure to check out our new format for Statement Games Live and making picks. Just check out the YouTube channel. We did 2 episodes this week. It's split up. Statement Games Live is now going to be more of our business and entrepreneurial insights, where making picks is just football, just talking through the games. So definitely be sure to check those out. Marc will put the links in the show notes. And also follow on all social media at Statement Games. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and play StatementGames.com or on the app. But Marc, let's see how we do this week. Hopefully we can make a major comeback and at least my picks total and percentage. I need to
you
get
selfish
above
prick. Yeah, just about all about your picks, right?
Yeah. I take enough from you in these videos that it's going to be really bad when people start coming at me from Twitter and everything. But look forward to these games, Marc. I'll catch you next week.
All right, man. I'll catch you next week. Have a good one, guys.